Hello everybody, this is Glenda with Fralins and Friends, Crafts Plus. It's a porch chat tonight. Whether you pray or if you just send some positive thoughts and maybe some positive messages to anybody you know who knows somebody, or just let them know on Twitter, Facebook, wherever, that you're thinking of the people in Afghanistan, the people who are running, the Afghani people who are trying to escape, and the soldiers who have been killed in this attempt to bring the soldiers and the people that are working over there, those who have been in the embassy, all of that. Kabul is a mess, and the airport, the military's airport, is a mess. Saying that we could trust the Taliban, I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't know your thoughts on it, but I'm not saying that about everybody that is in that part of the world. I'm just saying that about the Taliban and their kinds of terrorist groups who use their religion as a reason to kill others. I don't know that the Muslim religion really believes in that, but I don't know. And it isn't just us. We tend to feel sorry for ourselves because we're nice people, this and that. And yes, but we don't bow down to terrorists, and we didn't pay ransom or give in to tyranny, especially once we've been attacked. But this is just awful. So just give positive thoughts and prayer and let them know. Because I think a lot of them do read on Facebook, or they get news from home of what people are saying. And they need our warmth right now. And the ones who I have made it home, they've got a lot of trauma to deal with. Just getting into the airport and getting into the planes has been a very dangerous place to try to traverse right now. Wherever they're at over there is dangerous for them. So just, have some prayer and give some positive feedback for them. This is sad. It's really sad. But, the Taliban wants us out, but they want us out dead, basically. Oh, that's my thoughts on that. And I often give my political opinions on here, but I don't know if that's a single-sided political opinion. That's just what is happening. So let's just remember them, and people who are sick right now that are getting this Delta variant. There's nurses and doctors who are they're getting online, and they're talking and giving updates, and they're just crying because they've been at this for so long. And they're losing numbers, not just patients. I mean, they'd love to lose numbers of patients, not the bad way, just not have to take them in because they're not that sick. But they're just exhausted. Our frontliners, they're just totally exhausted. And they cry for their patients, they cry for themselves, and they cry for some of the attitudes that they can't seem to get through to. And I don't know what your belief in that is, but it's just very hard to know this is going on, to know people this is happening to. And we're going to have another go. Hope they don't think it'll be nearly as long, that it'll last nearly as long this time. And they're not doing things as strict so far that I know of. Lincoln went back to a mask mandate. That was the call of the mayor, because the hospitals are just getting loaded again up there. So it's in the city. But maybe this is, instead of such a relaxing one, which I kind of wanted it to be, it maybe in some ways it is. I find it just comforting to know that I can pray for somebody. Maybe that's all I can do. Maybe just putting a note on Facebook or Twitter. Maybe that's all I can do. But I think it means a lot to them to know that we care. And so I feel like should be an honor to wish well and to pray for those who need God's help, those who need our help. And whatever that help is, they'll take any of it. I really believe that. They'll just take any of it, because it really hurts. I'm from the Vietnam era. I was in high school when it was really heavy, and the soldiers came home, and it was not a good thing when they came home. They had so much isolation, so much anger and hatred toward them, and they weren't volunteers. They were draftees. They didn't have a choice. And so there's no reason for us to ever treat anybody like that again. The healing wall just traveled through here a few days ago. It's in Marysville right now. It's a miniature of the one in Washington where all the soldiers' names are on that black wall. And there's a miniature replica of it that they haul in a semi, and they'll set it up in towns along the way. And it's in Marysville, Kansas right now. And they say a lot of people, that's why they call it the healing wall, because a lot of people do find healing. At least some kind of closure and a chance to find the name of someone that they've lost, or, still don't know if they lived or not, because they're still MIAs, missing in action. So it gives them a chance to get to look at the name and cry, maybe even all these years later. And it gives a chance to spill that grief and get some healing. It's like people when they remember family that a loved one that was very close on a birthday. This day may seem sad, but once they get through that day and they've remembered them, they know they've remembered them, and then the healing gets just a little more and more each time. So I think, my opinion, that's kind of what it's all about. So, with all of that, I hope if nothing else, I've given you some food for thought and a chance to be helpful to others. Because that I think is maybe the message of this video, being helpful to others that we don't know, others we don't see. And I'll pray for the Taliban too, because a lot of people's hearts get changed through prayer, so I know it, I've seen it. So I will talk to you on Monday. We'll do something else. I don't know if I'll try to do something with maybe on one of those canvases. I want to do some practicing on paper first. So, but it's like I do the drawings and I use the colored pencil, which doesn't get away from you nearly as easy. And I do a lot of the three-dimensional with the sculpture. Now can I put that onto a paintbrush, move it to a canvas, and have it come out looking good? Yet to be seen, yet to be known, because I don't have the paste types of paint. I have the liquid acrylic, and so I'm gonna have to be careful how much I put on my brush, so I don't want it running everywhere. Good thing canvas is kind of a rough surface, so I want to do some practicing first with paint on maybe some cardstock or something. So we will see you Monday. I love you all. There's your kiss. Here's your wave and smile and a big sigh that we are at another weekend and we can all just, I know not all of you, I mean, but me, the weekends, if it weren't for Joe's job, they wouldn't really seem that much different, except more activity outside and stuff. But there's still a lot of people, I hope, who watch this channel who do work and are young enough that these weekends mean a lot to them. And so everybody loves a weekend. I do too. And we could use a good weekend. So here's wishing you with a wonderful weekend. The crickets are starting to sing.